Hi and welcome. We have a new moon coming up on the 30th of May, and I'm going to be talking about the aspects, a couple of the midpoints, and looking at how this is going to be affecting the zodiac. I'm also going to be doing spreads on the zodiac. So just to let you know, what I will do is I will put down the minutes for each of the star signs. If you're not wanting to watch this whole video, you can just go into the comments and have a look and see where, if you're looking for Sagittarius, how many minutes through that will be. Now, if you know your astrology, it's a really good idea, if you know your ascendant and your moon, to look at both of those as well, because the moon sign will be talking more about how you're feeling, and the ascendant will be talking about what's going on in your environment. So with the ascendant, it will be very, very relevant to where these placements are, as with the sun. And like I said, don't discount the moon, because the moon is what we express to the people we're closest to. So what we have for the sun moon, it's important to look at what aspects are being made to the sun moon. The only aspect that we have going on is the Jupiter and Mars sextile. A sextile is a 60-degree aspect, and this is a soft aspect. It means that these energies are working together with ease. And so that's really nice to see this Mars-Jupiter conjunction working with the Sun-Moon. Mars-Jupiter is sitting just at the beginning of Aries, and it's representing a whole new cycle, this Mars-Jupiter conjunction in Aries, a cycle of 12 years. And this is a very productive cycle where we can be extremely innovative and focused on new ideas, new productive energy. It's a great time to be looking at business or any way that we can expand and grow for more productivity. Could be a time of going into new learning as well with that. So the other aspect that we have going on that's really indicative, really important right now, is Mercury conjunct node. So when Mercury and the node come together, Mercury's communication and the node's about connections and people. We're coming together with people to share ideas or to express ideas. We're also coming together for either plans, it can represent negotiations. It's a connection where we relate to each other because we think very similar. So it's about bringing together like-minded people for either projects, agreements, and again, even productivity. Mercury also at the moment has a trine to Pluto, and this Mercury with Pluto is very much about a powerful communication. It's all about influencing others or influencing the masses. Mercury-Pluto combination is very indicative in the political arena and also in the media, anywhere where there's a lot of influence over others, over the masses. In your own personal experience, it's going to be more about persuasive ability. It's also going to be plans on a large scale. So Pluto is a slow-moving force that pushes for change and transformation, but in a very slow and subtle way. And when we look back at how things have changed for us at a personal level, these changes are always a slow process. So with this Mercury-Pluto, this is going to be reaching out for something much bigger. It's going to be looking at a much bigger picture. And it's also going to be a time when we can really express our passions, our desires, and the direction that we're wanting to go, and also possibly be, convincing others. With the trine, it's quite an easy aspect. If it was a square or conjunction, it could feel a bit forced upon us. We could feel a bit overwhelmed. But with it being a nice trine, it's really in harmony with our future direction and goals, and the areas in where we're needing to transform or change our life. We also have a Mercury square Saturn, and Saturn is bringing in through the problem-solving areas in our life. It's where we are feeling challenged, where communication is feeling too hard, and also it can bring in thoughts of wanting to separate or get away from circumstances. So when I go through the zodiac, we can have a look at what sectors or what areas in your life that could be affecting. Mercury Saturn is actually great for retaining information and understanding. It's often there in people, successful people that are able to really nut out problems and work methodically and slowly towards a certain goal. So, there are a lot of plans I think with this Mercury Pluto bringing in big plans, and then the Mercury Saturn saying, okay, what do we need to do? What work? Where do we need to apply ourselves for this to happen? We also have with Venus, we have a square to Pluto as well, and that's going to be bringing in quite a strong force around our relationships and our connections, and even around our finances. So again, we're going to be looking at transformation, what we're wanting to change, and what we're really wanting to have more control over in our lives. The Mars-Jupiter, like I said, it's such a productive connection, and we also have some really nice midpoints going on with that. So I'll have a look at with it. What it is that we've got sudden information or sudden news coming out, which is going to bring us a lot of joy and a lot of excitement. So where we felt that excuse me, where we feel that things aren't working out, or that we really, and we really need a bit of a lift up, the Saturn energy that we've been in, we're going to feel like there's a sudden release and the ability to really push forward into a new direction. Now, this is going to be emotionally felt as well, so it's going to be, really connecting up to our personal desires. So the Sun Moon is making midpoints. The midpoints to the Sun and Moon, we have Jupiter Uranus, Mars Uranus, and Saturn Neptune. And those combinations, like I said, they're going to be, we could go through a process of feeling a little bit disappointed, and then realizing that we can actually release situations, starting to apply these situations, and then lending a hand with Saturn Neptune to anyone who needs that. Saturn Neptune also, like I said, there may be some concerns around finances during this time. And as you can see, we have quite a bit going on in Taurus here, our sector for security. So, the midpoints in it, they're all really emphasizing productive energy, feeling a really, really strong pull towards changes, and also sudden changes coming in through our environment and through connections to others. So as I run through the zodiac, we'll have a look at where everything is sitting and what sector for the zodiac. So starting with Aries, Mars-Jupiter, this Mars-Jupiter conjunction is in Aries, so of course that goes into the first sector. So Aries is going to have an extremely productive personal expression going on. They're going to really want to get on with things this month. And also with Venus, Uranus, and Mercury and the node all in the second sector of security, home, property. There's going to be a lot going on there around what you're wanting to build up, where you're wanting to expand and grow, and also where you're wanting to bring in others to for your plans. There's also the Sun Moon is sitting in the third house, so this is a great time for communication. It's a great time for connecting with family, siblings especially, but also I see the third house as connecting up with those that you feel are your soul family. And with the Sun Moon there, like I said, this is about your own personal expression, so writing, communicating, and expressing what you're really wanting. So with this Mars-Jupiter, really good time for Aries to sit down and write your plans, write what you're wanting to achieve for your own productive growth. So Aries, Pluto's in the 10th house, so there is a strong pull towards career. Career is sort of in a way fated and could possibly be going through a change of direction, but that will be in your control with the Mars-Jupiter there in the first. This is all going to be about your own personal actions and drive, and you're taking the bull by the horns, so to speak. So Aries. So yeah, this is confirming about security for Aries, property, home, whether you're wanting to purchase a house or just build on more security. That is going to be the focus and the motivation. It does look like an excellent time for Aries to be looking at developing new skills, so that could be a really good thing you could write down on your list of your productive energy, that you're wanting to develop new skills, that you're wanting to extend on ideas. And there will be, like I said, with that second house quite full, a lot of focus on the home situation. So yeah, a new cycle for Aries here, where you're going to feel very active and you're going to be working within teams, with groups, with the public. You know, there does seem to be some decisions around the people that you're connecting with, who you're wanting to bring on board or who you're wanting to even associate with. And I feel like you might feel a little bit urged to make some decisions around your social connections. It does look like there's some really good assistance for Aries here with kind, motivated and responsible people. And these are the cards that are showing around you, where I feel that, again, when I said people coming in, and you know, there might be an idea that comes from somebody else, and Aries is very good with ideas and they can expand on that. But I feel there could be a little bit of a assistance or lift up, or just other people being brought into the picture, that even that you may be feeling you have to wait on to get things going, especially when it comes to property. So for Aries, I think you might be looking a little bit more deeper into what's really meaningful and valuable, as in what you value and what you feel is going to be more fulfilling for you. There does seem to be some, you know, sudden ideas, and I think because Aries think on their feet, situations may be around, may present themselves, and it feels like you're just going to really kick into action, and you're going to have to be a little bit patient as well with these new changes and new ideas, but you can see what is going to be needed, and this is where I say that will kick you into action and be stimulating your creative mind. So coming up with solutions, problem solving, and also seeing where there's a need for a particular service or situation or product even. So that's Aries. Does look like it's very, like I said, productive, but also able to, where I think Aries hasn't been able to really see what direction they're going in, and I think Pluto on the 10th has sort of clouded that a little bit. They've just felt pulled or forced by circumstances. There is a feeling of being able to take control back into your life and plan and organise where you see yourself in the future. It's a great time for Aries with their creativity and creative expression as well, and a great time to be expressing that around the home. So Taurus, of course, has the Venus, Uranus, and the Mercury node sitting in their first house. The Sun Moon is sitting in the second house for Taurus, so the focus will be on property. That's a whole theme, where the Sun Moon sits and what sector, as in house sector, is going to be really the theme for the whole month. So this is all going to be around the home. With Aries, it was more about ideas, even though there was a lot to do with the home there, and a lot of activity around the home. With Taurus, it's going to be about property, home and security. So they may be looking at purchasing property, maybe looking at extending what you already have, or investments of any sort. But it's really, the focus will be on creating more security for yourself. And with having Venus and Uranus sitting in the first house, it's an extremely creative time for Taurus, where they can really come out into the environment and shine, express a lot of their new and innovative ideas. And also the Mercury node might be about bringing groups together or really connecting up with others, getting on board and teamwork. So that's looking like a really good time for Aries for Taurus to really project their energy out there in a unique and creative way. So the South Node, I'm only going to mention the South Node here because it's sitting in the 7th house for Taurus. So this is quite a time where past connections, past life connections and relationships could be coming in quite strong to do with the past. So we're talking about soul connections here, and it does look like it could be a great time for love for Taurus with this Venus in the first house and the South Node sitting there in the 7th. Mars, Jupiter, this new productive energy sitting in the 12th, so it's not that they're feeling like they need to expand or grow or do some new learning or set up business, but it's more like just being who they are and utilising more creative and innovative energy. that Mars Jupiter in the 12th. Of course, that's going to be moving into the 1st next month. But I feel that that's the productive cycle where things are going to really move forward will be in the following month, the month of July for Taurus. So you might be, looking at where you can develop your assets, but then you'll really be taking action, I would say, the following month. So let's see what the cards say for Taurus. So, well, yeah, like I said, soul connections are really important around Taurus right now. So the right people will be coming in the right timing for opportunities, for change, and for work. So, very strong time for love. Looks like Taurus has got some decisions to make here with regards to what direction they're going in, whether they're wanting to take a bit more of a leadership role in their positions. There's quite a possibility here with this decision down here. Now, Taurus doesn't necessarily need that position or like that position, but I feel that those that really are wanting to feel that control in their life could actually step up a bit more. And Uranus sitting there in the 1st house may be indicative of that as well. Taurus just really wants to work together in harmony with others and be of some service and some assistance to humanity. But this does look like, I said, stepping up into your true leadership roles is the theme for this month. Looks like a really nice time for Taurus, a lot of creative plans, new ideas that are coming through that are more projected for the future, but good news about anything that you're building on for your security. So you might decide there's something you're wanting to do, a way to make an investment work for you for the future. It's saying that there's going to be preparation, and if you apply yourself to that with patience and perseverance, which are very much Taurian words, you will get some excellent results. So I do think this is going to be sort of not so much planning, but really a lot of speculation over future investments and opportunities. Again, I'm getting sort of spiritual help or divine intervention assisting Taurus here to have more security for the future. And I get fated connections coming in, so very, very strong theme. So there might be someone who you, like a friendship that you have, that you are just in conversation with, and it could be quite life-changing. So I feel that not immediately, but what it will be is that someone I feel is going to be inviting you into a situation, or you may be inviting another person into a situation for that can really potentially change their life. And this is where we get the Jupiter-Uranus, the good news, the good fortune to have good connections and good friendships. But we quite often, if we look back at our changes or how we evolved into a certain situation or new opportunity, it always comes generally through communicating with others. And this is really strongly expressed that through connections, through like-minded connections, there will be offers and there will be opportunities to make some quite fated changes. So this is meant to happen. Also a great time for Taurus if you're looking for a partner, or if you're really just wanting some balance in your relationship where you can both agree and get on with some quite big plans here. Looks great. I didn't mention that Taurus was at the Tower sitting here in the past, and I just think things have been a bit stressful and tumultuous. I don't think it's been anything too drastic, except for the fact that Taurus could just feel like they need a little bit of a break. They're working really hard. They're feeling like they're not getting ahead. This is where the wheel starts to turn, and it starts to bring in some very much more positive and productive energy for Taurus. So Gemini, of course Gemini has that new moon in the 1st house. Now whenever we come up to our birthday, we're actually coming into a new cycle. And the days leading up to our birthday sort of is representing the sun sitting in the 12th sector, which is sort of like being in the dark a little bit. When the birthday hits, it comes into the light, it comes into that point where we can now start to project ourselves out into the environment, with the attention is more on us. And for Gemini, this is a time to shine, being your month, the sun and moon here. So the Mars Jupiter is sitting in the 11th house for Gemini, so that's going to make it a really sociable time. It's a good time to be looking at productive energy around communities, around friendships, working in teamwork. It's not just like, it's sort of a lot to do with groups actually. So, a lot of teamwork going on there, but, there might be, if they're wanting to set something up or to expand, it all looks like it's all connected to friendships and communities. So let's see how Gemini's going for their month. When I say their month, I mean it's already started. But this spread is actually covering from the new moon to the next moon, and it's sitting right at the beginning of the month till the beginning of next month. So Gemini, you've got a break here, meaning something that you've been feeling a bit frustrated about, or tired of, excuse me, a situation, whether it's around family or around others, or just the fact that you're feeling like you've been waiting for a situation to sort of resolve itself. There's a big release here. There's a big okay, that's sorted, that's cleared. And a lot of that is to do with this particular card. It's all to do with attitude. It's all to do with people agreeing, people getting on, and not holding on to past difficulties. So where I felt there was a bit of a exhausted energy with Gemini, that's really starting to change, because Geminis, like all of us, don't like to be unproductive. This looks like a fantastic time for Gemini. You have a whole sort of new energy. You have a whole new energy coming in. It's going to be so much more uplifting, a lot more freeing, with a lot more security in the future. So there seems to be, again, some good news rolling in here, which is going to be empowering. It's going to allow you to make a move, make the changes you're wanting. If you're wanting to move from your environment, this is going to be very possible. A lot of movement forward here with Gemini. And of course, we've got the Mercury, which is at the moment retrograde in Taurus. It's going to be going back into Gemini, and then it's going to move forward really quickly once it starts to move forward again. Of course, after the 4th, well, really it doesn't start to move until about the 8th or 9th of this month. But once that happens, there's going to be a lot of fast movement here, and especially for Gemini here. And I think for Gemini, if you've been feeling a bit down, it's been an opportunity for you to look at what you really want to change in your life. And this is saying you're going to get to change it, but not just change it as in, a new situation that becomes like the same as the old situation. This is sort of about a change of attitude. It's about having more freedom and also having more security. There could be sudden and unexpected news coming in for Gemini. This is around business or opportunities that they have been wanting to bring in, or it might be that you've been able to see yourself in a situation or position but just felt like that's not happening. Well, it's going to come in quite quickly. So again, lots of change, nothing too far. Well, it is quite fast, but it's not, like I said, it's more feeling a lot more pace and a lot more opportunity to really express who you are. Very good news for Gemini that's wanting to buy property. If they're looking at assets, does seem to be something here to do with borrowing money or increasing your money in your work situation. And getting on board with others is going to be extremely important as well here for Gemini. So I really like this situation of release and being able to take control, and as well as the whole peaceful situation that you get from the outcome, but not just peace, security and freedom and personal expression. others may be presenting opportunities for you, and if you'll just weigh it up and have a look, I think it's going to be a very, very good opportunity for you, Gemini. So, Cancer. Cancer has the Sun, Moon sitting in the 12th. So they're going to be in a bit of an internal time, Cancer. They're going to be internalising what their needs are, and the Sun, Moon is your physical and your personal expression. And when they come together, you know, it's not just what we're wanting or how we express ourselves. It's really felt, and it's really where we bring together our desires to push forward our personal expression, and push that into our personal expression of what we're wanting. So with that in the 12th, I think Cancer's just working out what that is for themselves, what they're really wanting for themselves. So focus is going to be more on career, with Mars-Jupiter conjunctions sitting in the 10th house for career. And when I say career, it's not just your daily work, it's actually where you want your career to take you, or it could be about retirement, or where you see yourself in a few years' time after you've applied all the hard work. Good time for Cancer to get out and socialise, even though they may not be terribly expressing themselves with the Sun, Moon, or communicative. You know, they've got Mercury and the Node and Venus and Uranus in the 11th, so it's going to be an active time socially, but Cancers might be more just sitting back quietly and letting everyone else do the talking, which is generally Cancers anyway, except when they do start to talk, they're very good at it, because they don't always need to have the attention, if you like. So Cancer, let's go on for you guys. Okay, so Cancer's got some new plans here. I feel like like I said, they're going through some inner work, some inner looking at what their true needs are, and it does look like peace is actually the priority for this, and also being able to express themselves more, just to feel connected to nature. You know, I think they're just wanting to feel more, when I say connected, you know, connected to the universe, connected to their intuition, but also connected to others. Especially around family. If anything's feeling a little bit disconnected, you know, around family members, you know, I think they're really going to want, that's going to really be affecting them this month, and they're going to want to really sort that out. So there could be a nice holiday here to connect up with friends or family, or just some time alone. But it's sort of showing both, actually, with this sort of this time or this space to yourself. And when I say space to yourself, I'm talking about a holiday, a break away from work, which is sort of showing that you're going to be connecting up with others, but it's also saying that you're needing some time alone. So I think it's just about doing a bit of both. And if you're taking a holiday on your own, I do feel like there'll be people around you, or people that you'll be connecting to. But again, you may just want to sit by the water and just be quite reflective during this time. And that's going to really encourage some of your creative ideas around your work, because it does look like that's going to be the focus, thinking about work and how you can add to it, or what more can be done, or how you can expand or grow with that. So important for the water signs to be passionate, important for all of us to be passionate about what we're doing, but looks like here for Cancer that they're really looking at that they can be very practical, and they could be doing things for practical reasons, but I feel that there's going to be an urge to set up something that's more true to their heart and where they're feeling more passionate, because they're very good, again, with creating businesses and moving on with ideas. They are very organised. They like to think about what they can create, and it does look like there's something new here that you're wanting to push forward with, and for that I feel like there's going to be money available, either money borrowed or money that can be used to set up something new that's going to be really connected to your passion for career. Very active time for work, actually, but like I said, active time to be creatively pursuing business or your own creative ideas. So I guess to sum up, Cancer, it's like where am I putting my energy, Cancer, and what do I want to achieve with where I'm putting my energy, and is it where I really want to be putting it? Seems to be the questions coming to mind for Cancer during this time. And that's in a good way, because it feels like something good is coming in where they go, this is what I really want to be doing, or this is what I really want to change with what I'm doing. And again, then the planning comes in. So Leo, Mars Jupiter sitting in the 9th house for Leo, so that's a very productive time for Leo to be thinking about, should I be doing some studies or extending on my knowledge? What do I want to be learning? Where do I want to expand and grow? Also, it could be a time when you're thinking about a trip or a holiday, because the 9th sector is all about travel. And it could be both. It could be wanting to extend your knowledge, but also needing to travel to do that. We've got the Mercury node and the Venus Uranus sitting in the 10th there, so career again, it's really strong focus, being able to be more creatively expressive through your career. And of course Leo has a very creative energy, especially in the sense that they can manifest whatever they desire. They are ruled by the sun, and our sun is our personal expression, but it's also our ability to manifest and create through our mind. So Leo has the Sun Moon focus is in the 11th house, friendships, communities, working in teamwork. So how's the month for Leo? So Leo could have been feeling a little bit of a dilemma, a bit clouded. This is sitting in the past here, but it's sort of saying that this has been a time for inner searching, for really looking at what's really important again, but also just not being able to see really the direction that they're going in, and then bang, an offer comes in. This looks really fortunate. So where everything's sitting there on the 11th for Leo, connections, again, friendships are going to be part of bringing in new situations that you could be presented with. This could be about, again, business, this could be about work, or this could be about moving home. But it's going to be done with others. So this is all about Leo's ability to be adaptable. And it's not just what Leo can do on their own, even though I see a lot of success around Leo for the work and the skills that they're using for themselves. But there seems to be some good news to do with projects or something that's been worked on here with Leo around teamwork. And it means that we can now step forward into this, that area is done. Now we can step forward into this new cycle. So again, a lot of good creative expression. I think, Leos, they do have a lot of talent, and I do see opportunities being presented for Leo to really step up and step into their true power, if not already. And there may be issues around confidence. Leos are confident people, and they appear to be very confident, but they are very questioning of themselves. They can be very self-critical naturally, because they have a great they have that critical mind, that critical eye. So sometimes it can be turned a bit inwards. And what these cards are just saying here is just believe in yourself. This opportunity has been presented to you and wouldn't be there if you weren't capable. So a really good time to be joining with others for future plans that are going to be more fulfilling, more definitely more productive, and also a lot more fun and a lot more freeing, especially where Leos, like I say, they need to be able to play their game and be able to personally express themselves their way. They can't fit them into a box and say, this is what I want you to do and this is how you have to do it. So this is a great opportunity for Leo to truly express who they are. There could also be some thoughts around security, assets, and thinking, what can we do with this? And it's just saying, just leave that for now. You may have been thinking about selling or buying or changing assets or investments. Just saying, just sit back and wait while changes are going on, and be patient with that, and you can step back into that when the time's right. Or if it's something that you're working on, you may have to just put it aside for a little bit as you're being pulled into other projects with others. Virgo. So Virgo, you have the Sun Moon sitting in your 10th house, so career, but the bigger picture of your career, is this career where I want to be in 2 years' time, or when am I going to be able to retire, or when am I going to be able to, really step into my true power, as in feeling like I've really got to where I want to be. So that's going to be the focus for Virgo, is where am I going? Is this where I really want to be? For career, a great time for Virgos to be going on holiday. You have the 4 planets in Taurus all sitting in the 9th sector. So you might decide, you need a holiday or a break away because you've been working so hard. Or it might be that you decide you're wanting to extend on your skills, do some learning, some training, or it could just be, relative to your interests and hobbies. Mars Jupiter is sitting in the 8th house, so I think Virgo is going to be taking a serious look at how can things be more productive? What am I needing to clear? What am I needing to do more for myself? The 8th house is sort of saying that, you're working hard, but, all the money sort of, or your security is sort of being drained, and you're feeling like you're not getting ahead. And, looking for a job with more pay is not necessarily the answer. I think finding fulfillment for what you want to do is the answer, because when you put your energy into that, you're going to generate a lot more for yourself. So with it being in the 8th, you may just be thinking of endings. You may be thinking, this is not productive. I need to make a change here. I want to do what's more productive. And not just productive at a financial way. What's productive for you? What's keeping you feeling good? What's keeping you healthy? And feeling like you really can set yourself up for the future. So Virgo, we've got you having to make a decision here, and it does look like that decision's a little bit clouded, so that could feel like a bit hard. And don't make a decision right now. Remember, Mercury's retrograde. Look at what you don't want, write it down, make notes. This is time to recognize what your needs are. Excuse me. But as things start to move forward after the 9th, then you can make those decisions. But for Virgo, it looks like you're wanting a plan. You're wanting it now. It's coming. It is coming. You have aces here. First time the aces have come up. So this whole new cycle, it's coming in really strong for Virgo here. 3 aces. So new plans, and plans that where things are going to feel more in alignment with you. And it's great. You've got the patience card here. With these plans, this is sitting in the place of your mind, and that's perfect. You can see that there's these new plans. This is absolutely where you feel you want to be, to have more peace and to have no stress in your life. And that could be moving to a new environment that you feel is not so busy, or it could be a work situation that's not going to be so hectic. But with this 4 of Pentacles, just saying, just wait for this, because it has to be the right opportunity. Don't make decisions for decision's sake. Wait until you really feel alignment, because you have some fantastic changes and opportunities opening up to you, Virgo. So just be patient for that. But it does feel like for Virgo, there's a few more little frustrations and feeling like, You know, things have been a bit hard, and that's why I feel like it is about making the right changes that you're absolutely in alignment with, and making sure that you're getting the fulfillment. You know, Virgos, like I said before, they do put in more than 100%, and they do need to feel like they're being of great service and really helping to feel that fulfillment. Again, does look like a holiday for Virgo, which is great, you know, just to get away. And I feel like over the next couple of weeks, there's an opportunity to go somewhere that you're not really that familiar with, and it's just going to give you time, a little bit of recouping time while you're feeling clouded by what direction to go in. Like I said, it's going to be very, very clear what direction you should be taking, and I do see Virgo getting the rewards for a lot of their hard work. Once they have the courage, or they just step up into these new situations, these decisions around career, there could even be decisions around relocating for some Virgos. Some Virgos might be interested in going more into a sector that relates to the service industries, if they're not already, and a service that they're providing that feels extremely useful and helpful to humanity. So there will be an increase as well financially for Virgo coming in, and it's something you're not going to be expecting. So just sit back tight, Virgo. I know it looks like it's been a bit of a tiring time. Give yourself a bit of a holiday, and if you're just patient and feel like you don't have to make changes today, you know, just wait for 2 to 3 weeks, and I think you're going to hear about some excellent news and opportunities for yourselves. Libra. So Libra is, their focus is on the 9th, where with Virgo it was about their future direction for their career. This is all for Libra. It's about the 9th. So Libras are going to be wanting to be extending themselves. Libras like to be involved in work and business, where, you know, where it can be investments. You know, they can have quite a unique way of working or doing things. And with the 9th house here, it just feels like with the Sun Moon there that they're wanting to extend themselves, learn a lot more. Could be for personal or work reasons, but also travel overseas. They may be thinking, I want to do a lot more travel in this new cycle. So it could be planning a trip or even taking a trip. The Mars Jupiter's in the 7th house, so that's an excellent time for partnerships. So any Libras that are in relationships or business partnerships are going to be finding that this is where their productive growth is going to come from. So going into a business partnership would be an excellent time for that for Libra. And the Venus, Uranus and the Mercury node sitting in the 8th. So I think for Libra, they may not be feeling like they can quite communicate what's going on for them at this time. And they also may be looking at what, you know, what they're wanting to change around their situations. If situations have been really stuck or held up for quite a while, they could just have had enough and say, that's it, I'm not doing this anymore. So let's have a look and see what Libra's doing. Another ace and new opportunities, and again upskilling. Yeah, interesting. Libra is feeling a bit of this frustration. I said was saying like throwing in the towel was what's coming to mind. Something just feeling like it's not working out, and I feel like Libra are going to be needing to address where energy is just too stressful or negative around them. So let me just see if I can. Neptune in the 6th, yeah. I mean, of course, that's been there for a while, but maybe it's just all coming to a head now, where all the frustrations are coming out, and you go, that's it, I'm just going to go overseas for a while and have a holiday, or I'm going to set up a business with a partner, but I'm not doing this anymore. So Libra is looking like they're going to be feeling a bit reactive to these sort of high energies going on during this time. Some really good prospects here for Libra, and it's saying that I think the part of the frustration is trying to build up security and just seeing obstacles or difficulties. But again, this is sort of coming from the environment. It's coming from others. This is not necessarily so much in your personal situation, because, like I said, with the Mars Jupiter there, that's looking so productive for relationships and partnerships. But I feel it's more outside influences. It could be around family or family circumstances. And Libras really, they like to be peaceful. They don't like stress. And so it's like having to deal with that stress could be hard, where they're having to make a decision. They're just going, no, this isn't working out for me. Now, the outcome situation seems to be a lot more clarity coming in, where they're feeling a bit uncertain and acting on the emotions a bit more. Does look like there's situations that just come about that just sort of are resolved. So if you've got any difficulties going on around family circumstances, this is about speaking your truth. Libras are very good at being very honest, and it just feels like through this honesty we start to get some results. We start to get a clearing going on around situations that have been a bit frustrating. So Spirit's saying, Libras, you have special gifts that are going to be utilised in the near future, and there will be new plans. Again, be patient. We're just sorting out where you're meant to be and where you're meant to be putting your energy, what's meant to be affecting you and what's not meant to be affecting you before this new opportunity comes in for you. But Libras, like I said, they like to have their fingers in more than one pie. They're ruled by Venus, and Venus also rules money, and they've got a good ability on how to make money work for them, and this is where investment comes into it. So there could be some speculation over certain investments that are going to pay off really well, and there could be some worries over other situations that, like I said, have been stressful. But I feel like those situations are more in shared situations with others or family situations. So there is a lot of productivity around here, and I think this is really good for Leo, because Leo is going to get to really look at their driving force, what is driving them, and where their passions lie, what they really want to do. And Libras are very smart as well, so if there's sort of a bit of a loss here with a situation, they're going to quickly put it into something else where they'll get a gain back. So I don't see anything major there with Libra, but I just think emotions are going to be a little bit unsettled. Scorpio. So Scorpio has the Mars Jupiter in the 6th house, so that's excellent for Scorpio, because Scorpio will be able to extend or expand on their work. So if you're building up work, or if you're looking at adding to your skills during this time, it's going to be a very, very busy time for Scorpio. The 7th house, you've got Venus, Uranus, so it could be unexpected relationships coming in. Quite an exciting time for relationships, as well as Mercury node. So these relationships are going to be really, you're going to have a really good mental connection. You're going to be like-minded and sharing a lot. And that's what this Mercury node conjunction is all about. It's all about bringing like-minded people together for particular projects, especially, like I said, with the Mars Jupiter. And I know I'm repeating myself, but these are really the key points of this. Scorpio has the Sun and the Moon sitting in the 8th house. That's sort of a natural space for Scorpio because they do understand the need to release and let go. What do I need to clear? But with the Sun Moon there does seem to be a time where they're doing some bit of a deeper inner work and just really understanding, what do I need to clear from the past to move forward into the future? What's no longer serving me in a productive way and affecting my emotional energy or my physical energy? Scorpio, let's see what's in store. It looks like it's a good time for Scorpio to be pondering on the future. If you couldn't find a better term. It's like they're going to be feeling quite optimistic about where they're going, and really wanting to create more space, more freedom. If you're feeling limited, if you're feeling like you don't have enough room to move, this is a time when you're going to be really recognizing what you're wanting from your environment and your working situation. With Scorpio, there's been a little bit of conflicting energy around Scorpio, where they're being affected by the opinions or attitudes of others, and it's good not to try to buy into that, because everybody has an opinion, like they say. There is you've got the Death card here, and again, this is all relative to what do I need to let go of, what do I need to release. It's a big clearing time for Scorpio, but it's really just clearing out the things that are blocking or limiting oneself from going forward. So if Scorpio's been holding themselves back, they're not going to be doing that for much longer. Good news about money coming in for Scorpio here, where there's been a little bit of disappointment. There seems to be very good news. So again, there's no loss here, loss with gain, but it just seems to be like, there's been a struggle, or something hasn't quite worked out, or it might have even been an issue around family, because there does seem to be this conflicting situation here. It just seems to be like good news, and the rewards, whether it's to do with money or assets, are coming in very quickly. So that could have felt held back again by a particular situation or person. Yeah, really good expansion for bringing in more money this month for Scorpio, as well as building on new relationships. And a great time for opportunities, especially for Scorpio that has that strong desire to be of use and to be helping. Now, not so much in a service way, but more so, this very strong healing ability with Scorpio. And you're going to be utilizing that healing skill that you have. When I say healing skill, it's sort of that just by your energy being there, whether that's helping animals or whether it's helping people, just by being in that presence of this, and it's just a natural knack that Scorpio can have to really bring in like a bigger picture. If someone's explaining a situation that's not working out for them, it's like Scorpio's able to bring in the bigger picture of why they're going through this. So that's a great gift that Scorpio has. So for Scorpio, it's saying believe in yourself, you're very skilled, you've got great energy, and if opportunities around work and changes, and it's saying, hey, how about trying something new? Why don't you come over here? Your environment might be here, and they might be saying, come in this direction. Well, Scorpio's actually not going to be too slow with this. They're actually going to just step forward into it quite quickly, because there does seem to be some very fated changes and plans being offered to Scorpio. So this is looking very favourable, even though there's a few little challenges around to start with. This is again just clearing the energy so that you're ready for the changes. But yeah, Scorpio is going to be stepping up into a whole new cycle through a situation being offered that is fated to come in. When I say fated, it's all to do with really what they've been creating, where they've put their energy. So, you deserve this. You're not going to get something that's got no relevance to where you've been putting your energy, which is how energy works. Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, the Sun Moon sitting in the 7th. So partnerships, relationships, that's where their focus is going to be. That's where they're needing to express themselves at a deeper level. The Mercury node and the Venus Uranus for Sag is sitting in the 6th house. So this is all about getting groups of people together or working in teamwork with people. And Mars, Jupiter sitting in the 5th house of entertainment and family. So also for Sagittarius, they might find there's a lot going on with their family, the children. That's really productive. There could be news of pregnancy in the family. There could be business situations going on in the family that they're looking at and working on. But it's also, like I said, a very creative time for Sagittarius in their workspace. And again, for Sagittarius, very, very, very good time too if they were thinking about partnership. They're not necessarily, they're quite independent. They're not necessarily great partnerships, situations for business. But I feel like Sagittarius sometimes need that partner for business because sometimes they need someone to do a bit more of the detailed stuff. But it would be very, very productive for business partnership situations. So let's see what the cards say about that. For Sag. So for Sag, we have sudden news coming in. It's going to be, again, something that's more in alignment with them. Saggies are, again, coming into a whole new cycle where they're going to have more opportunity to express their vision, their ability to project into the future, to really see how something should, be created. So they're bigger picture, visionary. Sagittarius is going to be looking at adding to their skills, where there could be studies, there could be working on ideas. Sagittarius is also very good at teaching themselves what they need to know, so it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do it with studies. I feel Sagittarius is more, about they will learn as they go. So I feel there's some real practical learning here for Sag. Again, nice to see a holiday. Saggies like to, even though there's nothing in the 9th house here for Sag, they do like to be on holiday. They do like to plan and have time out, and it does seem to be a bit of a holiday or trip away, but this is all connecting up with friendships and also the people that they need to connect with, whether it's work. Either way, with Sag, I feel like their work is going to have them outside, out in the environment more than sitting behind a desk, which isn't really Sag anyway. So for Sag, we have something going on around partner here. That was the 7th house again, Sun, Moon, and some very, very good legal news. So, this could be about, a good time to be getting married or to be extending your productive energy, but it feels more like legal agreements with family members or with soul family. So Saggies are sort of sitting here amongst change, wondering, sort of seeing some of the influences that are going on, but fully trusting in your intuition. So it's not about not getting caught up in the hype or the excitement that's going on, but also keeping your energy very, very calm and giving yourself the opportunity to foresee. And that's the special gift, is to foresee the future, to foresee where they fit into the future, to foresee new ideas, new plans. So, Saggy, you could be having a conversation with a Saggy and you'll trigger their mind into, oh, that would be a fantastic idea for the future, and we could create that, and their mind's gone completely off into that area, and it's extremely powerful creative energy as well. So I feel for Sag that, sudden ideas, sudden realizations, some things coming to them that this is what I can do to make the changes that I'm wanting to make, that's going to suit me, but also be really beneficial, because Saggy here is wanting to be doing something here for humanity, according to these cards. And it's like, okay, I need to format this, I need to process this, and I need to format and organize this idea. And making the decisions about that, not holding on to the past, and really jumping into this new future projection for Sagittarius is where things are going to be at for Sag. So I don't know if I mentioned that this spread that I'm doing, it's supposed to be covering this next month, so I don't think it's going to carry on too much after that. But I would say, take this information up to like the end of June, beginning of July, until we hit the next new moon. So Capricorn, Capricorn, the Sun, Moon sitting in the 6th sector, and so their inner working is going to be all about their career, their daily routine, and that's where their focus is going to be, is on career. Mars, Jupiter sitting in the 4th house, so there also may be some thoughts around being productive around the home situation, purchasing home, extending on home, purchasing any sort of other form of assets that feels very, very secure for themselves. Very creative time for Capricorn with Venus, Uranus, Mercury and Node all in the 5th house. It's a time when you're going to be actively involved with family, children, but also a time to get out and enjoy, socialise and entertainment. Of course, Capricorn's had Pluto sitting in the 1st house for a very long time, so it's been a hard time for Capricorn over the last few years, but we're coming to the end of that now, and I feel that, well, I say we're coming to the end of it, we do have another year, so, but it's sort of going back and forth, but we're at the end of Capricorn, the last 2 degrees, so this is sort of where Capricorn's going to feel like they're going to be able to take their power back, or they're going to feel more empowered, or that they just have more control over their life than they possibly have felt for the last couple of years. Capricorn. So yes, we do have the home and security, but it's not so much the home as in, it's more the asset, it's more wanting to pay off your mortgage rather than to be extending on your mortgage. There's more that sense of, I want to be mortgage free, or I want to have more to feel more secure. This looks excellent for Capricorn. Really good, because you've got all this new energy coming in, this new energy where you can bring your skills together and utilize a lot of your ideas, your creative mind. It's like there's going to be a very active time for work, but I see some fantastic opportunities for Capricorn to be, again, assisting humanity or helping in some way, in some form of service. They're showing the nurturing qualities of Capricorn. Now, Capricorn are very responsible. They're very good with animals. They're very good with children. They know what it takes to be a parent. They understand the responsibilities, and it looks like they might be wanting to take on a bit more responsibility in that way, of something that's going to be more nurturing and more fulfilling. Looks fantastic. Capricorns like to be in charge of their own situation. They don't necessarily have to have their own business, but they just like to be in charge and organising their own situation. And it's showing here that this is going to, be really important for Capricorn. If Capricorn aren't feeling that they've got control in their work situation, they could be looking at their own business, or just where they can be more either contracting or just organising their own work as they go. But there's a lot of there's a lot of aces here, and we've got 3, and there's all this new energy, new creative impulse, and new plans going on, new fated plans going on here for Capricorn. So I think we're in for quite an exciting month, looking at all the different signs and what they're going to be experiencing. So with the new energy coming in, Capricorn's just going to get on with it and see what they're wanting to do. But like I said, any area, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a caregiver, whether you're looking after animals, whether you're just at home looking after your children, there's something here that you're going to feel this urge to do, and it's going to be fully supported by the universe. So this is a time where Capricorn are going to start to get the rewards for all the hard work they've put in the past, and the skills that they've been developing are going to get to be more utilised. Capricorn, like I said, if they're feeling a bit squashed or controlled in a situation, they're not going to be putting up with that. They're going to be looking at moving away or making a change where things will be more peaceful and easygoing for them. Aquarius. So Aquarius has the Sun, Moon sitting in the 5th house. So the focus for Aquarius is going to be your creative expression. Also, the focus may be around your family, your children, but there will be a time when you feel like being sociable, entertaining, you know, having parties or going out and just just experiencing more your time, more fun time, social time. The Mars Jupiter is sitting in the 3rd, so this is a great time for Aquarius to think about productive ideas and how they can expand and grow in a personal level as well. And the Mercury node and Venus Uranus is sitting in the 4th house for Aquarius, so this is a time where you'll be looking at making a really, what you're wanting to do with property and what changes you're wanting to make around the home situation. So let's have a look at Aquarius and see what's going on for them. So, Aquarius, Aquarius has a very productive month as well. This is going to be an excellent time for expanding on the business ideas. Again, partnership seems to be very important. So you're going to be brought into a new situation, Aquarius, that is going to be providing a lot more security for your future. Now, Aquarius are quite independent, and they're quite, they like to do things their way, and they don't necessarily always look for partnership, but it just looks like through connections. And if it's not partnership, it could just be, again, the soul connections, the soul family around you are bringing changes and new opportunities, like I said, for more security for your future. So there could be some shifts going on around the work situation where you may be moving into a new situation there. Feels like you're really pleased about that. It's a big relief. Does look like Aquarius is giving a little bit of a downtime here, just needing a little bit more time for themselves, time to relax and not be so organised and focused on what direction they're going in. There is going to be some changes on where you saw yourself and where you're going to see yourself in this new picture. So you have to make a decision around that. But again, Aquarius, they're quite quick to move into change and quite quick to be able to change their perspective on. They might have had something set there, but because they weren't quite seeing the picture that they had set up for themselves, this is going to actually feel a lot more clearer than the past situation. So, like I said, for Aquarius, this is a really strong time, really good time for soul connections and soul family. Some situations may feel a bit disappointing around family or connections where we feel that their actions aren't really acceptable or honourable, but at the same time there seems to be a deeper understanding of who they are and acceptance over situations going on around soul family or family members. So Aquarius does like to be stimulated, and there is going to be some lots of opportunities for that, because as there's this new projection into the future and new opportunities coming in, there seems to be new learning and a variety of development of skills. So they're going to be able to, because they do have a variety of skills that they can do, there's some skills here they're going to be utilising a lot more in this new picture, and developing more of the skills that they haven't had the opportunity to develop. So Spirit's saying, this spread is very blessed with Spirit here, saying everything is secure and you can make decisions of change, and it's not going to upset your security, it's going to enhance your security. I think Aquarius is, they have the foresight to see that, but they're sitting there with the the King of Pentacles sort of going, you know, this is about change, and I feel secure. Well, I feel secure in this new situation. So as much as Aquarius like change and like to move forward, they do like to feel that security. So I think this is why Spirit's saying trust. Just trust that, again, you wouldn't be presented the situation if, one, you weren't capable, and two, you didn't deserve it. So as we get to the last sign, Pisces. Pisces focuses on the 4th house. So the 4th house is the home, working from home might be situation. But for Pisces, they're just wanting to feel secure during this time. They're just wanting to feel also productive. Mars, Jupiter is sitting in the 2nd house, so any business or productive plans are going to be very beneficial financially for them. And the Venus, Uranus, Mercury node is sitting in the 3rd house, so great time for writing, great time for communicating your ideas and really expressing yourself. So again, the Sun, Moon, the 4th, I think this is processing of who we are, what we've been developing, and where we're going to go from there. The 4th is like the stability, like stable situation of what we've built up over a period of time that we can push forward into the 10th house to get to our goals and our direction. So I feel with that, Pisces is going to be feeling quite settled actually, and quite secure in their circumstances. So big changes here being offered to Pisces. Again, we have divine intervention. Just want to mention that with all these spreads, there's a lot of major arcana, and a major arcana sort of represents quite karmic times. And Saturn is sitting retrograde, which I absolutely wanted to remember to mention. You know, so when Saturn stops moving, it sort of does this. I don't know, don't quote me on this, but it could be, I think, around every nine months, Saturn goes, you know, changes position. And when it stops, when it slows down to go retrograde or to go forward, and it's what we call stationary. And those times are very potent karmic times. So we're in this energy right now. And so, you know, this is why we're seeing the Wheel of Fortune coming up and other major arcana cards here. I'm constantly sort of saying, well, the wheel's turning, and the wheel is turning for, you know, and where you put your energies is where what you're going to be receiving. So if you've been putting your energies into more negative things, you know, this might be a bit of a wake-up call. But if you've been, you know, working hard and really just wanting to get ahead, and you've been putting your energies into that aspect of things, you will, I think you find you're going to get a really big leg up into new opportunities. So there does seem to be, again, looking at prospects around how we can be more creative, how we can be more productive, what we can do for ourselves in our own way. And again, like when I say working for yourself, you know, that's, you know, can cover a lot of things. When really it means that you're self-directing your work. So we could be talking like a real estate agent often comes up as working for themselves, but, you know, of course they have to pay their own taxes. So any area where you get to organise your work and a sense of freedom, and it's up to you to build up your work is of course what I'm talking about when I'm talking about business. So with this Pisces spread, what we have here seems to be, like I said, you know, feeling really secure and feeling quite safe in the sense that you can step into the next level within your intuition and your understanding. There does seem to be some good news around money coming in for Pisces, where they can get on with a particular project. Now, Spirit seems to be directing this whole spread here for Pisces. So sometimes that makes it a little bit hard, because it's like, I feel like that means that, you know, one way or another, the universe is going to be allowing Pisces to utilize their healing ability. It's saying for Pisces this is a time for their own personal healing, but it's also saying it's a time to utilize your ability and empathy, your ability and understanding, and your ability to be there to help others when in need. So saying that you have a lot to offer, you have a lot to teach, you have a lot to express in this new cycle. And we do have the Magician up here in the outcome, and the Fool down the bottom here with the Ace. So everything that would indicate to me to a whole new cycle coming in for Pisces. So with Neptune sitting sort of at the end of Pisces too, like we're coming into that. Finally, Neptune's going to be out. We've really addressed all the things that have been, relative to fears, addictions, just, disappointments, and also past hurts. With this energy, what we also have here is the accumulation of all your hard effort coming in, and something really, really solid coming in for Pisces for the future, relative to where they've been putting their energy. So to sum up Pisces, it really looks like, your focus has been on family, your focus has been on people that you love. Now the focus is going to be moving more into what you can do, more of what you can do with your skills. But out of the blue, it seems to be, and quite unexpected, seems to be an opportunity or a situation that could just completely turn your life around and have you reorganizing things in a much more stronger way. But this could be a interesting and exciting time. Trust that spirit's here, helping you in this process, so that you can understand where your energy is going to be best utilized for the future. So it does look like a really nice month. I mean, there is, a few things here where we're sort of going to be thrown into change, but it all looks extremely productive, and it looks like it's all been taken with a lot of ease here. So I feel for the month of June, we have, long-awaited new energy of productivity. Where we've had the last 2 years has been a real struggle, especially for people in business, especially for people that are wanting to, utilize their ideas and create their own things. And, a lot of businesses have had to, close. A lot of them have had to rethink how they're doing. This is going to be a whole new input. So if you think there's a whole lot of people out there that are probably just sitting there waiting for, what am I going to do now? It's all coming in, and it does look like it's all coming in over the next month. So that looks really exciting, and I hope you enjoyed this new moon zodiac spreads that I've done, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks.